All right, what's up guys? Back here again, doing a little bit more work on the 68 Charger. So fall has definitely set in here within the last week. I think about all the colors have changed, leaves are falling, getting colder. Sweatshirt weather. I'm not sweating like a pig out here today, so that's good stuff. But we're gonna go ahead and get started today. So big day, finally starting to get some parts in, which is a relief. It seems like all sheet metal panels that I've been trying to order are on a crazy, 1 to 2 month backlog. So but we're going to get started today, and we're going to do some inner rockers and also the torsion bar support. So here's the parts. Start with the torsion support, AMD. It is nice. It's really, really nice. I know a lot of you guys that have built these cars or maybe looking to build them notice how much damn money parts cost. It seems about everything $300, $400 and up for parts. But I'll tell you right now, I mean, it's a really, really nice piece. I've, watching Graveyard Cars and some of these other shows, I mean, everybody's always raving about AMD, and I mean, it's definitely really, really nice stuff. So can't wait to get it in and get it going. On the inner rockers here, I told myself this whole build that I was going to use AMD for everything, and I went with Sherman inner rockers, just what they had available. Again, I need to get this thing moving here. It's just killing me not being able to work on it. So, but overall, I'm actually pretty damn impressed. Parts look good. I mean, bent corner, whatever, not a big deal. But I mean, the holes are there. Nut plate here for, I believe that's seatbelt mount hole. That's all good. So, but overall, I mean, pretty damn nice parts. There's a part number on that guy. So, and that guy. So, yeah, we definitely got a lot of work to do today. So it seems like all the work that, hold on. Thank you. All the work that I've done so far in this thing has been cutting stuff apart. So I'm excited. We're going to do some more cutting today for sure. But I actually get to start putting stuff back on the car. So that's good. I'll kind of show you guys what I'm thinking here as far as how to do this. Done inner rockers before in a couple different cars, but pretty straightforward. I mean, with this car, the good thing is nature already took about the entire floor pan out for me, so that's good. So gonna make a couple cuts across here. What I do want to point out is, thank God, I at least have some sort of a reference to go off of here for where the previous torsion bar support was actually located. So I'm gonna pull off these sill plates here. We're gonna make some marks on kind of where the outer on each one of these are. So that way when I put in the torsion bar support, I can actually transfer those over. So that way I mount it in the exact same spot. We'll take measurements, we'll do all that. But so that, it goes back in the same spot. So actually, here's about all that's left of the original torsion bar support. It was pretty much completely gone out of this car when I got it. So, but we're gonna open this up here. We're gonna get these, this front section of floor pan out. Gonna leave this across here now for some bracing, but at first I was kind of thinking that I would brace this whole thing up and everything else, but I'll be honest with you, it ain't going anywhere further than where it's currently at right now. So still got the back support here, still got the firewall support. Nothing should move on me, so we'll go ahead and get her cranking. But yeah, I'll get this, we'll just start on this left hand side here. I'll get the sill plate taken off, start cleaning everything up, move the wiring out of the way. And then we're going to start popping spot welds across the bottom, across these seams here on top and bottom, and open it up, do some cleaning on it, and we'll kind of go from there. So pretty stoked about today. So I did want to say too, I mentioned that the parts have been all back ordered, and that's definitely true. Put in a huge order through AMD, or excuse me, of AMD parts through Summit, and they were pushed out till like December sometime. So you guys may have just saw when I walked by the back of the car, but yeah, she's been pretty peeled open so far on the backhand side, but I'm kind of saving that. I want it to be kind of complete videos of doing, full parts at a time, full removal and installation in the same video. So a ton more to come there, just in case you're wondering. Okay, thanks, bud.
Huh? What, Daddy?
So thanks, buddy.
No,
No, I don't want you to. All right, guys, so a quick little update here. Got about half the inner rocker out so far, and wanted to show you guys a couple things. So first of all, it's definitely in pretty rough shape here on the bottom. I apologize for the bad lighting. Hopefully you guys can see this decent, but yeah, it's pretty messed up. I was hoping that I would have to cut most of that out, but you can kind of see right here the seam at the bottom of the outer rocker here, kind of where it all meets together. You can kind of see how it's all laid on top of each other too, and then just spot welds down here on the bottom. You can see an old spot weld right there. In terms of where it stops in the back, again, this is my first Charger build and something I noticed. So on the new inner rocker, you can see it's got 3 holes up here towards the end of this thing. So looking up in here, I was trying to figure out kind of where this whole thing, you know, kind of stops at and where the transition is going to be, but you can kind of see it right there. There's those 3 holes right there underneath, or you know, kind of underneath this inner rocker, but on the back side. So and you can also see the seam right there too at the top. I don't know how well that's coming through on there, but yeah, so I'll cut it up a little bit short and then we'll just kind of inch it over, but that should be my reference on the back side here. I definitely think I can probably pound that this outer piece here out, straighten this all up. I mean, this is in decent shape, but I'm kind of torn a little bit on what I want to do here, because it's pretty rough all the way up in there, all the way up and through there. So probably the right thing to do would be to completely replace this outer rocker. Wasn't planning on doing that for sure. So I'll have to take a look at it and kind of think through it and figure out what I want to do here. But bracing, I have to brace this car for sure. After looking at this, the inner rocker goes way further forward than what I was thinking it would. You know, it definitely goes up here on the transition where the firewall meets kind of the inner rocker here. You can see where it starts to slope up kind of right there in that corner. But to get there, I've got to cut obviously all this out, the firewall support, and then I've also got to take out this last frame support. And to be totally honest with you guys, I think that along with the spot welds that are up on the firewall are about the only thing holding that front clip up right now. So I'm gonna have to inch my way up in there, and I mean, I'm about 90% sure I'm gonna have to brace this thing somehow, some way. I definitely don't want it coming down on me. So but no, we'll keep cruising through here. Still got quite a bit of cleanup to do on this top side here, but you can definitely see, you know, where these rust dots are through here. That's just spot welds, and this is just kind of what's left over from that inner rocker piece. So just got to kind of grind these down a little bit and just start popping them all the way down. So pretty straightforward, pretty easy to do that kind of stuff. But I'm glad I at least have a back reference. Not glad that the front of this rocker is total horse shit. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think through kind of what we do here and come up with a plan. So this is where it gets a little bit fun. So let's get back to work. swear, I hear about guys all the time talking about finding sandblast in cars that have been blasted years later. I tell you guys what, I'm gonna find nuts and acorns for years in this thing. All the rockers are totally filled with them. So it'd be interesting to see, I guess, how many pounds of nuts and acorns and shit came out of the bottom of this car, but pretty interesting. All right, guys, so thought about it for maybe a whopping 15 minutes before I finally just decided I'm gonna cruise down to Summit Racing and pick up some outer rockers for the car. So honestly, after opening that thing up and seeing how bad those were, I had no idea they were that bad. The right thing to do is just to get the good rockers and put them in. So did a quick search though. It looks like they do have some other parts in stock currently sitting over here in Ohio. So I'm gonna scoop up a couple of other things, wheel houses and maybe a few other parts. But so it's me, T-Bone's back there. You ready to go Summit?
Yeah.
All right, so that's his favorite place to go. So we're gonna go over there and fill up the truck and get back at it. All right, guys, we're back. Didn't get a chance to work on it last night. I ended up getting back a little bit too late from Summit, so just had the chance to clean the garage, which it desperately needed last night. All these leaves coming down, the whole garage is full of them. So, but let's cut straight to the chase here. So, wanted to first talk about some of the parts that I picked up yesterday. They at least had the driver outer rocker available at Summit in stock yesterday. Did not have the passenger side, unfortunately, but picked up some wheel houses and some other parts too that we'll definitely be needing as part of this as well. But I wanted to first start by showing you guys the AMD outer rocker here. It's extremely nice. I already mocked it up to the car. Certainly AMD quality for sure. Looks like it mounts just fine. The inner rocker lines up on the back side of this with the where the front fender mounts. So really easy reference point there. So, but no, I'm overall very, very impressed with the part. Should be, it's $300 just for the outer rocker alone. So, but you definitely pay for what you get. But very, very nice piece. Can't wait to get this thing on here. So, had a chance this morning. Like I said, did a little bit of cleaning last night, but yeah, so took a look at it this morning. I did pull the door off already, so that's gone. Found some more issues that we're gonna have to address here before too long. But let's look at this this rocker here. So after I took that sill plate off, quite a bit of obvious damage. Saw that this was dented in, dimpled in here on the side of this rocker. So at first I thought it was just, you know, kind of this point right here, and I'd be able to pull it out. But the more and more I look at it, and you put a straight edge up onto it, it's actually bent in way up here too. So it's definitely way off, and it's taken a hard hit at some point in its life. So hopefully we can get it back straightened out again, get this new rocker on here, and keep moving forward on this thing. So yeah, this will be my first full rocker replacement at the same time. So sure you guys will yeah, see if I screw it up. Hopefully I don't do anything too bad here, but should be pretty straightforward. We're gonna go ahead and brace up across the front of the door here. Here from side to side, we'll run some inner bracing across the middle just to keep it all together. What I don't want to do is obviously cut that and have the car buckle, fold in, fall off the jack stands, you name it. So definitely don't want that. But the inner rocker's off, pretty cleaned up. Yeah, doesn't, I guess, do me any good because I'm going to replace it anyways. But yeah, so let's go ahead and let's get rolling. There she is. Just how bad it was. All right, guys, so opening this thing up, and more evidence of destruction from the little rodents that got in here. It's amazing how much 40 years will definitely add up. So those of you guys that have done this know how you know how dirty it is doing this thing, and it's crazy. I wonder how much you know, how many pounds in just mice destruction there are in this car, because I've probably swept up probably 15 dustpans worth of stuff like that. So, but we're making progress here. We're gonna keep on cutting, and we'll get to it. You guys are back. We're done. Well, at least for tonight, anyways. Pretty tired. You can see it's dark outside, so yeah. But did make some really good progress today. Managed to get the entire old rocker out, and then also had to build a couple pieces, but I wanted to kind of show you guys. I've already done the mock fit, put the doors back on, everything fits super sweet. So but without further ado, so I will just tell you, if you are looking to do this, you will more than likely destroy the bottom right here of this door pillar. I ended up having to rebuild this entire piece right here. I'm still going to blend this in once I get the rocker permanently mounted in there. But yeah, I had it tech screwed in. Everything looked really good. And like I said, put the door on and it looks good. But it was really bad up in here. There's just spot welds all over in here. There's a couple underneath. And then even where it meets right here, it just looked like Swiss cheese. So I ended up cutting it off and ended up just making a piece. So once I get the rocker on there, I'll metal finish this and blend it, and it should look really good. On the back side here, and I'll show you guys with a mock fit here in just a second, but I did not want to dig up into here, into this seam, and that's where the old outer rocker is. So what I ended up doing is that I spliced the rocker apart across the top, so it'll be welded on the inside up here, and then it'll actually, instead of going up into the seam here, it's going to lay over the top of this and then follow across on the top. And I'll show you what I mean here in just a couple minutes, but you'll never see this. No one will ever know the difference. It'll be just as strong. I just did not want to disrupt that. It's actually pretty decent metal. Even down here, I'm going to finish some of this here, but this is still really good metal, and should be able to reuse that. So that's a relief. It's about the only piece that I've been able to leave on so far. Back here on the wheelhouse, everything lined up really good, so just cut this away so that way it sits flush with the back side here. You can see where the rear inner rocker right here meets, so sits flush right here. Once we get the new wheelhouse in, it ends up just spot welding around the perimeter on that. So pretty straightforward there. A couple spot welds that were underneath here. And then onto the front. So this is where I spent the bulk of my time today, and still got a little bit of cleaning up to do just to even out this bottom side so that way it all sits flush. But same kind of thing here. It was just completely, number one, rotted away across here, but then once I started taking it off, it just Swiss cheesed on me and peeled up and got all sorts of nasty. So on the inside, I do have a little patch right here that went in just fine, but yeah, just a little bit of metal finishing left on this, and should be good to go. Couple things that we still got to do. I don't know if it's supposed to be on the outer rocker or the inner rocker, but there are some supports that are on the inside of the rocker panel. These little guys right here. So these did not come on either one of those rockers. So I don't know if that's on AMD or on Sherman, but yeah, didn't come on them. So I can save this one. The front one was completely rotted away, so I'll have to make it. But these sit right underneath the, basically on the door pillars, on the jambs. They sit kind of down right in here-ish. So just like that, but provide some support on the inside of that. So I will follow up with that here in a little bit. But yeah, let me get this thing fit and I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, so we got this thing tacked on here, and you can see how it fits. I mean, it fits pretty good. Just got tech screws in it right now holding it together, so looks a little bit uneven here, but it's just my little patch piece that I made up on here. So I'm gonna fold that around on the side of this thing, and then yeah, we'll even that out and make it look good, make it look pretty. Like I said, the door goes on really good. Really nice gaps on the front and also on the back side where the jamb is. On this side here, same thing, goes on real nice. Here's what I was talking about on the back side of here. So you can kind of see right here where, well, it's kind of hard to see it in here, but basically I made a cut on the inside of where it meets the inner rocker up in here. and ended up making a little cut. So there's a little tiny hole here that I'll weld shut. But basically, I folded this piece up so that way I can tack it right here on the outside, plug weld it across the front of this thing, and it'll be solid as a rock. So won't know the difference. On the back side here, you can see kind of how it mounts right there on the wheelhouse once I get this thing replaced. So just plug welds around here. This guy right here pulls tight when the inner rocker's in there. So pretty straightforward to do. It's just one of those. It's definitely kind of a scary one. I was probably, I don't know, a half hour into it and kind of looked at it like, oh my God, what did I do? But yeah, if I was going to recommend anything, if you guys are thinking about doing this, if you think it's going to take a day, it's probably going to take 3 times longer than what you think. I think when I started off this video, I'd mentioned that my goal was to get the inner rockers and the torsion support done. And yeah, it didn't get done yet. So still need quite a bit of time to get that piece going, but I think this is already going to be a long enough video, so I'll probably end it right here. But in the next video, we'll pick right back up. We'll get the outer rocker completely installed. We'll get those support brackets made up. We'll get those installed, and then also finish up with the inner rocker. And then I get to do the entire thing over again on the other side. So a lot of work. It's a big one. Yeah, I mean, it's right up there with just in terms of time with floor pans or anything else. But it'll be worth it. Can't wait. Still motivated, still excited about the car. So, but yeah, that's going to do it. So if you guys like my videos, please subscribe, and we'll keep coming at you. My goal is to get at least 1 or 2 of these out every single week. So, so yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Forgot one last thing. So after all this work is done and all this blending and all this fine tuning here to get everything done, just realized that the sill plate covers everything. Literally covers it all. I tell you what, I spent a bunch of my day today making that thing look real pretty. So awesome. All right, guys, take it easy. See you next time.